More than 90% of Chinese banks refuse to accept direct transactions from Russia, the Moscow Times reports. According to the publication in May-June 2024, local credit organizations continue to work with the Russian businesses and payments were relatively stable. However, since July the 20th, payments have been basically suspended, and afterwards Chinese companies refuse to directly supply goods to the Russian Federation. They demand that supplies are channeled through third countries to avoid secondary sanctions.
Those suppliers who cannot accept payments from Russian companies through Chinese banks ask for goods to be shipped via third countries. The only way to receive money for such suppliers is through other countries, so there must be documents that the goods have been sent there. Ekaterina Kizevich, CEO of a Russian importer company, from a publication by the Moscow Times.
In addition to financial and legal difficulties, the delivery of Chinese goods to Russia via third countries creates additional logistical problems. It takes time to develop and test new routes, or this will inevitably lead to an increase in the final cost of goods and consequently to a reduction in the volume of imported products.
The total volume of foreign trade operations between Russia and China is somewhere around $32 to $52 billion a year. At the same time, the combined trade volume with, for example, the United States is over $750 billion, and with European Union over $800. And when we are talking about more than $1.6 trillion a year in total trade transactions with countries that have imposed sanctions restrictions, naturally China will do everything to maintain this trade turnover.
To try to circumvent problems with bank payments, Russia and China may switch to barter in mutual trade from autumn, Reuters reports. These schemes were abandoned long ago, but Moscow and Beijing may return to them to reduce the attention of Western regulators to their bilateral transactions and limit currency risks.
Протез является выходом для инвалида?
Is a prosthesis a solution for a disabled person? To some extent, yes. Is it a direct replacement for a normal limb? Absolutely not. That's the way it is in this relationship, and barter is a prosthesis. The system that is being built between Russia and China is a prosthesis, not the normal existence of the financial system, not the normal operation of the economy. Russia has driven itself into sanctions restrictions, so there is no doctor here.
Relations between China and the Russian Federation are inevitably deteriorating, experts say. However, for Beijing, economic partnership with Moscow has never been a priority, unlike trade with the European Union and the United States. According to Bloomberg, the Chinese Central Bank and the US Treasury Department recently agreed to appoint contact officials to resolve possible financial stresses in the future. This is a rare example of the world's two largest economies seeking to find common ground. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.